हरे कृष्ण ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामी नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणचारिणि निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणि। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरि गौरदत्त। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So we are lagging behind. Just a second. Okay. So we are seeing how Dhruva Maharaj got blessings. The one thing in this world is if you take insult seriously, then we'll be affected. When we take the praise seriously, we'll be affected by the insults also. So here, Dhruva Maharaj was affected by the insult. And we can see that, uh, but now because of his mother's training and Narada Muni's association, he, he will not take it seriously. He got seriously. And then for a Kshatriya, another praise is also very important. But somehow Dhruv Maharaj became a devotee. So in future, again his brother is insulted. He acts exactly like that. He will take revenge because he is acting as a Kshatriya. But as such, he is not affected later on. He is because Lord is going to tell. Oh, actually, we were discussing very important thing yesterday. That why did Lord fulfill Dhruva's desire, even though Dhruva was very clear that he didn't want the desire fulfilled. Then we are discussing these three things. Change of heart means change in the thoughts, change in feelings, and change in desires. Change in thoughts, we are all getting change in thoughts. Now we don't think the way the materialistic people think. Materialistic people have this tendency that they always have a very, what do you say, actually, I feel very sad sometimes. People are so much in fear, struggle, and all. But for devotees, they know, okay, Krishna will take care. So immediately this thought makes us very comfortable. I say, yeah, Krishna is there, na? He will take care, he will help me. So this is very helpful for devotees. And then feelings, the emotions which we have to work upon, we are always grateful. We are trying to give credit to others. All these things are also what is helpful for devotees. But this desire part is very difficult. Even for us also, we should know that we should not feel guilty or anything. If you have certain desires, they are not going. Don't worry, it didn't go for Dhruva also. So Lord is fulfilling. And then uh, Because even Dhruva said no, also Lord gave it because it is very difficult. This is actually told by Jiva Goswami. He also says that why Dhruva was given this desire fulfilled because it is not easy for that part to go from our heart. And then here Dhruva is very much afraid in his mind, for he has aspired after material benefit in discharging his devotional service, and this was hampering him from reaching the stage of love. And for us also the same thing, because we are affected by material desires, we are not able to give that love to Krishna. We are interested in our own material desire. Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya aparhata chetasa. Chetasa means chitta. Aparhata means it is hijacked, kidnapped. Why? Because Bhoga Aishwarya Prasaktanam. We are interested in Bhoga and Aishwarya. Bhoga is pleasures and Aishwarya is opulences. So those who are addicted to material pleasures cannot be attracted to devotional service. It was true that at heart Dhruva wanted a kingdom that would be far better than Brahmaloka. This was a natural desire for a Kshatriya. He was also only 5 years old, and in his childish way, he desired to have a kingdom far greater than his father's grandfather or great grandfather. His father Uttanapada, Manu, and Brahma also. Lord Dhruva wanted to excel all these great family members. The Lord knows Dhruva Maharaj's childish ambition, but how was it possible to offer Dhruva a position more exalted than Brahma? Lord assured Dhruva that Dhruva would not be bereft of Lord's love. So this is the first thing Lord is like, don't worry, I love you, but I'll give you also. He's a small boy that time. He encouraged Dhruva not to be worried that he childishly had material desire, at the same time had the pure aspiration to be a great devotee. So this desire also appeared. So for us also it's a mix. And very important understanding. Lord does not award a pure devotee material opulence, even though they may desire it. But Dhruva Maharaj's case was different. The Lord knew that he was such a great devotee that in spite of having material opulence, he would never be deviated from love of God. So why Lord does not give material opulence to devotee? One main reason is it is distracting to them. So what happens is when we take up something material, it is always having a tendency to pull us down. That's why we should be having Yukta Vairagya. And no, Prapanchikataya Yudhya Hari Sambandhi Vastuna. Mumukshi Parityago Vairagyam Falgukatyate. This is Falgu Vairagya is just giving up everything. But then there is Nirbandhe Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagyam. When we see things in connection to Krishna, then only Yukta Vairagya. So for a devotee, it is possible. Now, for Lord to give us material opulence is not very difficult, but He knows our state. Our mind will immediately get distracted. That's why Lord does not give. So, for the example illustrates that a highly qualified devotee can have the facility of material enjoyment and at the same time execute love of God. This, however, was a special case for Rumara. So, when Lord is not giving facilities for material enjoyment, we should know it is His mercy. Because very rare cases only it is possible. We have material opulence and love also. It is difficult also in one way because at our state, if even little bit material opulence also will be very difficult, and that's why if somebody is very opulent and he is a devotee, we should know he had special mercy of the Lord, very special mercy. King Pratap Rudra, or even some rich devotees also in ISKCON we have very special people there. They have very special mercy. They're humble because what happens is pride is what makes us continue here. Like I went to purchase one some cloth for the deities to one shop. So I was purchasing something. So I said, Mataji, you are giving big price, is that? And then she told, no, Prabhuji, this is whatever for temple. But then she told, Prabhuji, even if I give the simple things also, people are not so simple. For outside people, I give a different rate. Then she was telling that one cloth she showed to the customer, and she showed it is 250 rupees per meter. Then, then the customer said, no, 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 I don't want. This is something very cheap. Then she told that I took the same quality of cloth, a different color. From inside, I brought and showed this is 350. And then that customer took. Now she feels that I should take something expensive. I should take something very, very different. Even though it is coming for simple, why people think that, they want to look that, okay, the pride is there. I want to wear something very costly and rich, even though it does not have, means the same thing can be available at different simple price. People will go to a brand shop and take the same thing. Means this tendency is there in a living entity. The pride is there. So that makes things, that is the reason we are all caught up in this metal world. The pride is there, the envy is there, and we don't want to give it them also. And then people, because they want to get cheated, and there is a good market for cheating also. And this luxury brand and like Chinese people, they make the same thing and it goes to Europe and they pay 20, 30 times more and purchase the same item. And they put a label on it and then finish. You are taking a branded thing, luxury. So anyway, so here the point is Lord does not want, because if you have that, there is always the tendency for pride. If you have something better than others, we always tend to become feel that I am better than others, and which is very detrimental for bhakti. We are not better than anyone. We are only fortunate that we are getting opportunity to render devotional service because of mercy. Otherwise, all the qualities of anyone is by Krishna's mercy only. So where is the question of becoming proud? Even if I am able to, like say, do something much better, I'm a good mudanga player or a singer. The talent is given by Krishna only. We just have to utilize this for his service. No need to become proud about it. That is the point. And Krishna want to protect devotees. That's why don't give things to devotees very fast. He says, don't be proud. It is not good for you. And any talent, any opulence is only meant to please Krishna. So if I have an ability to write, I should write for Krishna. Ability to speak for Krishna. That's all. It is Krishna gave you, utilize for his service. Krishna will give you more, utilize for his service. But what happens when money comes and opulence comes, we tend to become proud. And then we may not utilize in Krishna's service. We start enjoying it. And it becomes a big price. And I also saw whenever we enjoy, the punishment is very nice. Krishna is very you enjoy the appreciation, glories other people give, and suddenly somebody insults you, it gives so much pain. Normally, it is not painful, but we enjoy it, the pain is more. Like, say, you go program and no people are appreciating, and suddenly you come out of the program, you are at bus stand or in some public place, and somebody just insults for no reason or some reason. This is then it's so hurting. How can he insult me? So, or we end up in embarrassing ourselves in some situations. I said, "Oh, I enjoyed opulence. I enjoyed opulence. I enjoyed fame. I should enjoy this also. That means suffer with this." So anyway, so here the Lord is telling the Supreme Personality of God it continued. My dear Dhruva, I shall award you the glowing planet known as Pole Star, which will continue to exist even after the dissolution at the end of Pendulum. No one has ever ruled this planet, which is surrounded by all the solar system, planets, and stars. All the luminaries in the sky circumambulate this planet, just as bulls tread around a center pole for the purpose of crushing grains. Keeping the pole star at their right, all the stars inhabited by the great sages like Dharma, Agni, Kashyapa, Sukra circumambulate this planet, which continues to exist even after the dissolution of all others. And this is very interesting. That means this pole star was there before also. And then, but nobody was taking care. Lord only was taking care. He said, no, I will not do it. No, you do it. Prabhupada, although the pole star existed before its occupation by Dhruv Maharaj, It has no predominating deity. Lord did not, maybe he was waiting for Dhruva to take it over. Dhruva Loka, our pole star, is the center of all the other solar stars in the solar system. For all of them circumambulated Dhruva Loka, just as a bull crushes grains by walking around and around a center pole. We can also see it's actually very, very dim, very small star. It is not very bright, and you have to very carefully observe to know this pole star. And it shines also different color, it's different, and it is very small. If you are in a very dark night sky and then no moon is there, that time we can see the stars. And the northern side we see, and the what do you say, the people who are traveling on ships and all, previously they used to navigate their ships based on the pole star only. They used to see that north, okay, this is pole star, and then we have to go in this direction. So north was very clear. Once you know north, you will know all other directions, right? And this is how we can also, this is a very, and all the planets are revolving. It's a stable star. Dhruva wanted the best of all planets, and although it was childish prayer, the Lord satisfied his demand. A small child may demand something from his father, which his father has never given anyone else, yet out of affection, the father offers it to the child. Similarly, this unique planet, Dhruvaloka, was offered to Dhruva Maharaj. The specific significance of this planet is that until the entire universe is annihilated, this planet will remain. Even during the devastation which takes place during the night of Brahma, these are the two kinds of dissolutions. One during the night of Brahma, one at the end of Lord's life. At the end of Lord's life, selected personalities go back home, back to Godhead. Dhruva is one of them. The Lord assured Dhruva that he would exist beyond the partial dissolution of this universe. Thus, at the end of complete dissolution, Dhruva Maharaj would go directly to Vaikuntha Loka, to a spiritual planet in the spiritual sky. Srila Vishwanath Chakra Thakur comments in this connection. Dhruvaloka is one of the lokas like Svetadvip, Mathura, and Dwarka. They are all eternal planets in the kingdom of God, which is described in Bhagavad Gita. Om Tat Paramam, Om Tat Vishnoho Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Suryaha. So here, this is a transcendental planet, and here, who stays, that is not mentioned. Who are all going to stay there? They must be great personalities who must be residing there. And there is not much management to do. If all people are good, management is only when there are people are not doing anything properly, then you have to put rules. In Vaikuntha Loka, there will not be any management. It's all love only. It's just no, they just come and glorify Vishnu, and then they go to their house, and then Lord goes here and there, and they will wait for the Lord to come. They go to their homes, and they take different forms to serve the Lord. There's no much management in Vaikuntha. If you hear Brihad Bhagavatam, we can see everybody is just it's just all the leelas only. So I don't know whether Dhruvaloka has any thing to manage. But Dhruva is also happy that his name is there as a head of this. And there is a comment in the night. We are fortunate and not better. If we have offer Krishna, and if we don't have, then also we have to continue chanting. But definitely all of us, rich or poor, have most precious things to offer, and that are here consciousness. Yeah. Actually, the important thing, na, because this material world, most valuable thing what we have is the holy name. Once Jayadvaita Maharaj, they was having Brajamandal Parikrama. They took to some esoteric place, and everybody spoke. Jayadvaita Maharaj said, I know of all the things in the 14 planetary systems, the holy name is the only thing. you know, Chauda Bona Maje. No, Nama Bina Kichu Nahi Toaro, Chauda Bona Maje. Then they took to another place. It is much more esoteric place. And everybody spoke. And Jayadvaita Maharaj said the same thing. Nama Pina Kichunai. 4, 5 places, everywhere Maharaj said the same thing. He want us to understand the point that what is real wealth, what is real opulence. And that is, and Dhruva Maharaj, even though he got it, but he understand the real wealth is the holy name in the metal world. Satyam, Satyam, Punas Satyam. Harer Nameva Kevalam. So this is what we should also get realization and find. And we'll be very happy once we get this realization. I said, what am I aspiring from all these things in this world? And after your father goes to the forest and awards you the rule of his kingdom, you will rule continually the entire world for 36,000 years, and all your senses will continue to be strong as they are now. You will never become old. In Satyuga, people generally live for 1,000 years. Dhruva Maharaj ruled the world for 36,000 years and was quite possible in those days, Prabhupada writing. And then he says that the Lord continued, sometime in future, your brother Uttama will go hunting in the forest, and while absorbed in hunting, he will be killed. Your stepmother Suruchi, being maddened upon death of her son, will go to search him out in the forest, but she will be devoured by a forest fire. So even though Lord is telling, he didn't tell when it happened. And Dhruva Maharaj also accepts that the destiny. And now Prabhupada is writing, Dhruva Maharaj came to the forest to search out the Supreme Personality of Godhead with a revenging spirit against his stepmother. So this was uh, because he was affected with the insult. We should be very careful. Don't take praise seriously. Then insult also will not take seriously. Otherwise, sometimes so many painful situations are there in life. And of all the painful situations, the insults are the most painful things, which we don't want to remember. Suddenly we are chanting, suddenly we get the thought, by God, I was very badly insulted. And we feel little morose and dull, and our mood is off because we suddenly remembered what happened to me. And especially I saw that when this thought comes, when you got insulted or when people behave wrongly or we are in an embarrassing situations. Why it is affecting, then I was analyzing. I understood that we have taken praise very seriously. That's why you are getting affected. Don't think we are something big. Krishna gave some things, he will take it also. And we should not. So here Dhruva was affected. Of course, Kshatriya spirit is there. And Prabhupada writing, his stepmother has insulted Dhruva, who was not an ordinary person, but a great Vaishnava. An offense at the lotus feet of Vaishnava is the greatest offense in this world. Because having insulted Dhruva Maharaj, Suruchi would become mad upon the death of her son and would enter the forest fire, and thus her life would be ended. This was specifically mentioned by the Lord to Dhruva because he was determined for revenge against her. From this, we should take a lesson that we should never try to insult a Vaishnava. Not only should we not insult a Vaishnava, but we should not insult anyone unnecessarily. When Suruchi insulted Dhruva, he was just a child. She, of course, did not know that Dhruva was a great recognized Vaishnava, and so her offense was committed unknowingly. When one serves a Vaishnava unknowingly, one still gets the good result, and if one unknowingly insults a Vaishnava, one suffers the bad result. A Vaishnava is especially favored with the Supreme Lord. Pleasing him or displeasing him directly affects the pleasure of and displeasure of Supreme Lord. And this is actually very correct. Like now, somebody who is very dear to you, if somebody insults, it is more painful than directly our insult also. Like one devotee was telling that when he was very small and he has smaller child, smaller sister, and he was telling somebody snatched an apple from his sister. He is also a very small boy. He became angry like fire. He took a stone and threw at the glass and broke the glass of their window. He was telling, I never expected that I will do. Because it is not insult to him. If somebody would have taken from his hand, he would not have reacted. But he took from somebody who is very dear to us, it is more painful. So Lord said, no, 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 you insulted my devotee and you have to pay for it. And devotees are merciful, they forgive. But the dust from the devotee's feet will not forgive. And that's actually what happened. Maybe Sunchi would have dealt with Dhruva later nicely, and Dhruva forgiven, and but still Suruchi is getting some reactions. The Lord continued, I am the heart of all sacrifices. You would be able to perform many great sacrifices and also give great charities. In this way, you will be able to enjoy the blessings of material happiness in this life. And at the time of your death, you will be able to remember me. So, this is the main thing for a devotee. Will I be able to remember Krishna? So, all other things does not matter for us. How much success, failure, that is actually calculated at the time of death only. Etavan Sankhyogaabhyam Sudharma Parinishtaya Janma Labha Parapumsam Ante Narayana Smriti. That is only our success. The most important factor in this verse is Lord's instructions regarding how to remember the personality of God at the end of life. Ante Narayana Smriti. The result of whatever we do in executing spiritual activity is successful if we remember Narayana. The program of constant remembrance can be disturbed by many things. So this is the problem for us also. Many things are there that are causing disturbance. But Dhruva's life would be so pure as achieved by the Lord Himself that Dhruva would never forget Him. Thus, at the time of death, he would remember the Supreme Lord, and before his death, he would enjoy this material world. Problem with this is, if we enjoy, we forget the Lord. That's why Lord does not give. In case of Dhruva, it was not a problem. If we are enjoying material world means material opulence. Like say, if I am sitting in front of TV and watching movie, where is the question of remembering? My meditation is on TV only, na? 2 hours of absorption and meditation on a movie. That is actually what happens. 2 hours of this is complete meditation. I asked Bhakti Gyan Maharaj, Maharaj, watching TV is a breaking of regulatory principles. Maharaj said, no, it is a stupid activity. it, it is not sinful activity, but is a stupid activity. That means I am meditating on something very foolish. Instead of meditating on Krishna, I am doing a stupid activity of meditating on something. And eventually I end up in doing sinful activity because this fellow, what they do in movies and all, they do sinful activity. So we get association of them, and people, that's why small children also taking drugs, alcohol, and all these things. This is because their meditation is wrong. So if you enjoy, this is a risk. We may tend to forget, but and propose, right? Thus, at time of death, he would remember the Supreme Lord, and before his death, he would enjoy material world, not by sense gratification, but by performing great sacrifices. So, this is a disclaimer. So, Dhruva did not enjoy sense gratification, but his material enjoyment was by performing great sacrifices. So, this type of enjoyment is what? This is enjoyment in mode of goodness. This is mode of goodness enjoyment. So this is little safer, even though this is also risky, but it as stated in the Vedas, when one performs great sacrifice, he must give charity not only to Brahmanas, but also to Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. It is assured here that Dhruva Maharaj would be able to perform such activities. In this age of Kali, however, the great sacrifice is the performance of Sankirtanagya. Our Krishna conscious movement is designed to teach people and to learn ourselves the exact instruction of personality of Godhead. In this way, we shall continuously perform Sankirtana Agyan, continuously chant Hare Krishna mantra. Then at the end of life, we shall certainly be able to remember Krishna. So very simple. Dhruva Maharaj enjoyed. How did he enjoy? He enjoyed by performing sacrifice. And Prabhupada is telling you also enjoy. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. You also enjoy, and at the end of life you will remember Krishna. So Dhruva could remember the Lord, and he's also telling that it is possible for us also to remember, and we can also achieve that perfection. Very simple, and we all have to try for that. there is a question that after Dhruva Maharaj left to Vaikuntha, Polestar remains the same as before. So, intermediate period, he was there. Is this understanding? Yeah, he is there for some time. And now, once he goes back, the Dhruva is empty. If somebody wants, they can try for it. they can they can again do tapasya and say, but it will not happen in this day of Brahma because he will go back next, maybe next day of Brahma we can try. And we say no again. So next day of Brahma we can meditate and go to Dhruva. So of course that time another personality will come and he will try for it. And this is the way to remember for us. We can enjoy Sankirtana. This type of enjoyment is bona fide enjoyment. Like invite devotees to your house, do Kirtan, have nice prasadam. It is so blissful thing. Every week we can have a party at house. We can have food, we can have music, and we have nice katha. So this is always possible for devotees. Like I heard that there are lakhs of people who attend some concerts, and lakhs of people they come together to hear the music and dance. In Kali Yuga, this is the biggest thing for people: music and dance. And our process to get out of this world is also music and dance only. Chant and do kirtan, sankirtan yajna only. So Lord, seeing our tendency in Kali Yuga, He gave the process also very simple. You see how much merciful Lord is. He knows our tendency. He said, okay, you want to dance and chant, you do it for me. And then you can perfect your life. So then we have the personality of God it continues. My dear Dhruva, after your material life in this body, you will go to my planet, which is always offered obeisances by the residents of all other planetary systems. It is situated above the planets of all seven rishis. And having gone there, you will never have to come back again to this material world. Prabhupada is writing, in this verse, the word Nava Artate is very significant. The Lord says, you will not come back to this material world, for you will reach Matsthanam, my abode. Thereafter, Dhruvaloka, the pole star, is abode of Lord Vishnu within this material world. Upon it, there is an ocean of milk, and within the ocean, there is an island known as Svetadeep. It is clearly indicated that this planet is situated above seven planetary systems of the rishis because this planet is Vishnu Loka. It is worshipped by all other planetary systems. It may be questioned here, what will happen to the planet known as Dhruvaloka at the time of dissolution of this universe? The answer is simple. Dhruvaloka remains like other Vaikuntha beyond the universe. And so it is Vishnu Chakravarti's commentary also is same thing. And so Lord gave simple assurance. So he told that you will get a kingdom better than this. This is what is going to happen to your brother and stepmother. And this planet, why it is special? Because everybody worships it. All the planets are revolving around it. Above the Saptarishis, everybody is, it's a very special place I'm giving you. Whatever you desire better than Brahma also you are getting. They don't revolve around Brahma, but they are revolving around you. It proves that it is superior. Going around, we say that means they are all keeping you as the center. They are deriving energy from you. They are worshipping you. Like we circumambulate the temple, right? We are telling to the Lord, you are great. We are offering obeisances from all directions. If you remember Bhagavad Gita 11th chapter, where when Arjuna sees the universal form of the Lord, he says, my dear Lord, I offer obeisances from the front, from the back, from all directions. I am offering obeisances to you. That means what? I am accepting you as something very great. So everybody is accepting this planet as great, and Dhruva is ruling that planet. Why they are accepting this planet as great? Because Lord is residing there. So everybody offers obeisances to, like we offer obeisances to Sun because Lord is there in Surya Narayana. So similarly, all the planets obeisances to Dhruva Loka because Lord is there. In that direction, they are offering obeisances, and Dhruva is ruling that planet like that. And The great sage Maitreya said, after being worshipped and honored by the boy, Dhruva Maharaj, and after offering him his abode, Lord Vishnu on the back of Garuda returned to his abode as Dhruva Maharaj looked on. From this verse, it appears that Lord Vishnu awarded Dhruva Maharaj the same abode in which he resides. So he is telling you, come to my place, you become the king of my place. His abode is described in Bhagavad Gita. Yat gatvana nivartante tad dhamam paramam. Lord is telling you, become the king of my planet. So better than Brahma. And Dhruva, despite having achieved the desired result of his determination by worshipping the lotus feet of Lord, Dhruva Maharaj was not very pleased. Thus he returned to his home. So this is why Dhruva Maharaj is not very happy. Prabhupada, right? By worshipping the lotus feet of Lord in devotional service, as instructed by Narayani, Dhruva Maharaj achieved the desired result. His desire was to get a very exalted position, excelling that of his father, grandfather, and great grandfather. And although it was somewhat childish determination, because Dhruva Maharaj was nothing but a small child, Lord Vishnu, the personality of Godhead, is so kind and merciful that he himself fulfilled Dhruva's desire. Dhruva wanted a residence more exalted than ever occupied by anyone else in his family. Therefore, he was offered the planet in which the Lord personally resides. That means, and his determination was completely satisfied. Still, when Dhruva Maharaj returned home, he was not very much pleased. For although in pure devotional service there is no demand from the Lord, because of his childish nature, he had demanded something. Thus, although the Lord also fulfilled his desires, he was not very pleased. Rather, he was ashamed that he had demanded something from the Lord, for he should not have done this. So, Prabhupada is writing the heart of Dhruva Maharaj. Why he is unhappy? Because of this reason. He is ashamed that he has demanded something from the Lord, for he should not have done this. Narada was telling in the before, don't do it, don't do it. But he said, no, I will do it. And later on, he fell. So that time, it was because he was affected by the mode of passion, being a Kshatriya. Later on, he understood that, no, I did a wrong thing. I should not have done. But anyway, that was not possible that time. We also do many mistakes, and after that, we lament. We think, why did I do it? Then we know that it is not in our head that I would have done that only. There's no way that we'll behave in another way. We are conditioned. And Dhruva was also conditioned before, but later on he got enlightened. So then it changed for him. So it happens, not a problem. Vidra is telling, asking, my dear Brahmana, the abode of Lord is very difficult to attain. It can be attained only by pure devotional service, which one which alone pleases the most affectionate merciful Lord. Dhruva achieved this position even in one's life, and he was very wise and conscious. Why then was he not very pleased? So Vidra is asking, why is he not so pleased? So Vidra's question is very relevant. The word arthavit, which refers to one who knows how to discriminate between reality and unreality, is very significant in this connection. And Arthavit is also called Paramahamsa. A Paramahamsa accepts only the active principle of some everything, just as swan accepts the milk from mixture of water and milk. A Paramahamsa accepts only the supreme personality of God at his life and soul, neglecting all external things. So Dhruva Maharaj was in that category. But why he was sad? So for this, Maitreya gives an answer. So Maitreya is telling that Dhruva Maharaj's heart, which was pierced by the arrows of harsh words of his stepmother, was greatly aggrieved, and thus when he fixed upon his goal of life, he did not forget her misbehavior. So this is the first thing. Even though his mother told him to forgive, but still that was hurting him in the heart. He could not forgive. He did not demand actual liberation from this material world, but the end of his devotional service when the Supreme Personality God had appeared before him. He was simply ashamed of the material demands he made in his mind. Because why he is feeling guilty also? Because Lord said your stepmother will become mad and die. So that also here with Maitra is telling that also made him feel guilty because there must be something in my heart which I still kept, some ill feeling or some burnt is there in my heart, and which is causing. Actually, one important thing, we should not have any bottoms. It should be free, but we have so many layers which are holding us. Once we let go things, everything flows away. We'll be free from all the things that we are holding. Our heart becomes completely free, bottomless, free. Then the love will enter into heart. We are holding on to things that holding all the grudges and attachments and all. That's why there is a problem. So Dhruv also felt maybe something I was holding, some grudge I was holding. We should, the more we are becoming advanced, the and the pure devotees, they don't have anything about anyone. They don't hold only anything. We are holding. If you see when we take but the small children's child, the hands are folded. You give anything to the child grabs. And when that's actually what we are coming into this metal world to grab everything. But Lord is like, no, no, don't hold, just leave it, leave it, leave it. And here Dhruva is lamenting. I was having this, that's why he's telling that which pierced Dhruva Maharaj's stepmother, he was greatly aggrieved and thus he fixed upon his goal of life, but he did not forget her misbehavior. So that is what he was feeling bad. And Prabhupada read, this important verse has been discussed by many stalwart commentators. Why was Dhruv Maharaj not very pleased even after achieving the goal of life is desired? A pure devotee is always free from any kind of material desires. In material world, one's material desires are almost demoniac. Wow. This is nice part. One's material desires are all most demonic. One thinks of others as one's enemy. One thinks of revenge against one's enemies. One aspires to become the topmost leader or topmost person in the material world. And thus, one competes with all others. So, these are the things. If you are competing, better become the first ranker. Lord Prabhupada is telling demoniac desires. Become the topmost. Prabhupada is telling demonic desires. And think of others as one's enemy, demonic desires. Revenge. People who insulted you, they should know who you are. This is also demonic. This has been described in Bhagavad Gita 16th chapter as Asuric. A pure devotee has no demand from the Lord. His only concern is to serve the Lord sincerely and seriously. He is not at all concerned about what will happen in the future. In the Mukundamala Sutra, King Kulashekar, author of prayers, my dear Lord, I don't want any position of sense gratification within this material world. So I simply want to engage in your service perpetually. Similarly, Lord Chaitanya in his Sikshashtakam also prays, my dear Lord, na dhanam, na janam, na sundari, not even liberation. So Maitreya replied to Vidura that Dhruva Maharaj, influenced by the revengeful attitude. So this is the main point. Towards his insulting stepmother, did not think of mukti, nor did he think about, nor did he know what mukti was. Therefore, he failed to aim for mukti as his goal of life. But a pure devotee also does not want liberation. He is a soul completely surrendered to Supreme Lord and he does not demand anything from the Lord. This position was realized by Dhruva Maharaj when he saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Actually, what happened with that great tapasya, he saw the Supreme Lord, immediately it changed his heart. This is the advantage. We were discussing that many demons also saw the Supreme Lord. It didn't change their heart because we have to see the Lord through the eyes of a devotee. So Dhruva Maharaj approached the Lord through Narada Muni. That's why he could get that type of realization. Same thing many people see, but it doesn't like deities. Many people come and see in the temple, but some people see it as a stone only. They don't even get that feeling in the heart. Very unfortunate for them. They don't feel that there is a Lord there, and we cannot even because they are not seeing that in the eyes of a devotee. And here, because Dhruva could see in that way, that's why immediately it changed his heart. He started feeling so guilty. Arey, what did I came? Who am I coming? And no, Swamin Katatosmi Varam na Yachit. Kachin Vichinmam Api Divya Ratnam. I got this Divya Ratna. I am just coming for some pieces of glass. And Prabhupada is writing that the Vasudeva platform referred to the stage in which material contamination is conspicuous by absence only, or in other words, where there is no question of mental modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Dhruva Maharaj's demand was for a position more exalted that is never enjoyed by Lord Brahma, his great grandfather. Krishna, the personality of God, is so affectionate and kind towards his devotees, especially to devotee like Dhruva Maharaj. He wanted to render devotional service in the forest alone at the age of 5. That although the motive might be impure, the Lord does not consider the motive. So this is also very. I don't know how many 5-year old child will have this determination. Lord immediately considered that part. He did not take the other part. He is concerned with the service. But if a devotee has a particular motive, the Lord directly or indirectly know it, and therefore he does not leave the devotee's material desires unfulfilled. So our material desires will also be fulfilled. If you have a desire to become very famous or in anything, we have to later on we'll lament, but we will still keep the desire. Say, my dear Lord, maybe do something for me. There are some of the special favors by Lord to a devotee. And even Brahma, although the topmost living creature within the universe, was not allowed to enter Dhruvaloka. Even Brahma don't have access for Dhruvaloka. Whenever there is a crisis within the universe, demigods go to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, and they stand on the beach of Milk Ocean. So the fulfillment of Dhruva Maharaj's demand, a position more exalted than that of his great grandfather Brahma, was offered to him. Here, in this verse, the Lord is described as Muktipati, which means one under whose lotus feet there are all kinds of mukti. There are 5 kinds of mukti. Saija, Sarupya, Salukya, Sashti, Samektu. So out of these 5, which can be achieved by any person engaged in devotional service, the one which is known as Saija is generally demanded by Mayavadis. So this Prabhupada is again. And Prabhupada is writing this information. Uh, yeah, the more what about monist and all, they demand for this. Therefore, Vaishnava philosophy do not accept Sahaja Mukti. Real Mukti is serving. The great sage Maitreya explained that Dhruva did not desire in the beginning to engage in devotional service, but he wanted an exalted position. This is more or less not service to the Lord, but service to senses. Wow, very important one. When Dhruva Maharaj desired for himself, this is not service to the Lord, but service to senses. Even if one gets the position of Brahma, the most exalted position in the world, he is a conditioned soul. See, very clear. If we go for material pleasures for the Lord, serving the senses only. Prabodhan Saraswati says that if one is elevated to real pure devotional service, he is considered even uh, he considers even greatest demigods like Brahma and Indra to be on an equal level with an insignificant insect. Kita samasta sura. Kulshekar Alva says, Kita samasta sura. This is all the demigods and they are insects only. The reason is that an insignificant insect has a desire for sense gratification. Even great personalities like Brahma also wanted to dominate this metal nature. That's it. Sense gratification means domination over material nature. Purpose is huge purpose is writing. The whole competition between conditioned souls is based upon domination of this material nature. Who will become the topmost? Best cricketer, how many records you make, best film star, best pop star, singer, or politician. It's all domination only. Modern scientists are proud of their knowledge because they are discovering new methods to dominate the laws of mental nature. So scientists are also proud. Everybody is trying to dominate. They think that this is the advancement of human civilization. The more they can dominate the material laws, the more advanced they think they are. We can create many new electronic gadgets and other facilities by controlling material nature, and that's actually they consider as one. So they consider this as advancement. Dhruva Maharaj's propensity in the beginning was like that. You see, Prabhupada is how he is relating. He wanted to dominate this material world in a greatest position than Brahma also. That is why he's like, "Arey, what I am trying to dominate, even then." Therefore, everywhere it is described that after the appearance of Lord, when Dhruva Maharaj thought and compared his determination to his final reward, he realized that he wanted a few particles of broken glass, but instead had received many diamonds. As soon as he saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face, he immediately became conscious of the unimportance of his demand from the Lord. He has an exalted position better than Lord Brahma's. So this dominance over material nature, even trying to become topper in our things. See, now we may have a question. Should I not become topper in my college? Should I not become best in my work? Should I not become best in our family? See, we should not try to become best. We should do our best. This is the difference. Don't try to become top. We should not try to become top. That is lauding our mental nature. But what we should do? Try our best. What we can do best and as a service to Krishna. This is like I am a student. Let me be good student for Krishna. Let me be good doctor for Krishna. Let me be whatever is there. Let me be good person for the sake of Krishna. That's all. Because Krishna gave me this talent. Let me use this talent to my best of my ability to please Krishna as an offering to Krishna. So if somebody has a talent to play, sing, and so many, whatever he has talent, he can be best at it to please Krishna. That's all. Not to compete with somebody else. Not to compete with somebody else in the world and try to show off that I am better than you. No. I don't want to show off to anyone that I am better than you. I just want to please Krishna. And if it happened that you are better than any other things, that's okay. But that is not my purpose. So this is actually the way we should see and enjoy this world. Otherwise, it's a danger. And when Dhruva becomes satisfied on the Vasudeva platform due to, so hope you understood that we are not competing, we are doing our best. In that way, you become topper also, that's not a problem because you are never intending to become better than anybody. You are doing whatever you are best at. And that happened that you became the number one toppers in the whole country. And that's up to Krishna. This is actually in goodness. Becoming topper, this is in passion. This is goodness. And to please Krishna, this is in transcendence. Like that. So, passion, goodness. When Dhruv Maharaj became situated on the Vasudeva platform, due to seeing the Lord face to face, all his material contamination was cleansed. Thus, he became ashamed of what his demands were and what he has achieved. He was very much ashamed to think that although he had gone to Madhuvan, giving up the kingdom of his father, and he has gotten a spiritual master like Narada Muni, he's still thinking of revenge against his stepmother. So this is what he felt. I went to place called Madhuvan. That means I went to Vrindavan. I got a guru like Narada Muni. Two special things happened. You are in Vrindavan, you have a guru like Narada Muni. After that also, you are thinking of revenge against stepmother and want to occupy an exalted post within the material world. These were the causes of his moroseness even after he received all the desired benedictions from the Lord. So after seeing the Lord, he understood what mistake I did. So we are getting Prabhupada as our guru. Prabhupada is giving us Vrindavan. After that also we are holding grudges on people. After that also we are having material desires. We should also lament like Dhruva Maharaj. When Dhruva actually saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is no question of revengeful attitude towards his stepmother, nor any aspiration to lord it over material world. But the Supreme Personality is so kind that he knew that Dhruva Maharaj wanted these. So he said, your stepmother will die, you will get the kingdom. Then he felt, my God, what mistake I did. Speaking before Dhruva Maharaj, he used the word Vedaham, because when Dhruva Maharaj demanded material benefits, the Lord was present within his heart. So no, he knows everything. The Lord always knows everything a man is thinking. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Vedaham samatita. So he felt the Lord knows. The Lord fulfilled all Dhruva's desires. His revengeful attitudes towards his stepmother and stepbrother was satisfied. His desire for most exalted position than that of his great grandfather was also fulfilled, and at the same time, his eternal position in Dhruloka was fixed. Although Dhruva's achievement is of an eternal planet was not uh, conceived by him, Krishna thought, what will Dhruva do with an exalted position within this material world? Therefore, he gave Dhruva the opportunity to rule this material world for 36,000 years with unchangeable senses and chance to perform many kinds of great sacrifices, and thus become most reputed king within this material world. And after finishing all this material enjoyment, Dhruva would be promoted to spiritual world, which includes Dhruva Loka. And then Dhruva Maharaj, he is speaking, and we will just Dhruva thought to himself, he endeavored to be situated in the to endeavor to be situated in the shade of lotus feet of Lord is not an ordinary task, because even the great brahmacharis headed by Sanandana, who practice Ashtanga Yoga in trance, attain the shelter of Lord's lotus feet only after many births. Within 6 months, I achieved the same result. Yet, due to my thinking differently from the Lord, I fell down from my position. This is what Dhruva is thinking. In this verse, Dhruva Maharaj himself explains the cause of his moroseness. First, he laments that to see the Supreme Personality of God directly is not easy. Even great saintly persons like Sanatan, for them also it takes many births. As far as Dhruva Maharaj is concerned, he saw the Supreme Lord within 6 months. He expected, therefore, that as soon as he meet the Supreme Lord, the Lord would take him to his abode immediately without waiting. Dhruva Maharaj could understand very clearly that Lord has offered him the rule of this world for 36,000 years, because in the beginning he was under the spell of material energy and wanted to take revenge. Dhruva Maharaj greatly lamented his propensity for ruling the material world and his revengeful attitudes towards other living entities. So very this tendency is so strong. It's difficult. Even honestly, I'm telling. I also feel it's difficult to come out of some people's misbehavior towards us. The heart still holds on to it. No matter how much you tell, okay, forget it. But we may not think of anything about them. But suddenly, once in a year, you remember some incident that happened to you. Immediately, there is moroseness. You don't want anything ill for them, but there is moroseness. That pain is still there. So we will just. There is some question in the chat box. We'll take it. I have ill feeling towards a few of people I have interacted earlier. I seriously want to overcome these feelings towards them and others too. As well, I have apologized to those who had trouble with such ill feelings. I still not able to forget those incidents as well seriously uh, repenting. So that is disturbing my practice. Yeah, it is disturbing sadhana. Actually, every small incident, any negativity, any envy, any grudge will affect our sadhana. Now, many devotees they are following up with India-Pakistan incident. If I am envious of Pakistan, if I am envious of China, if you people in US, if they are envious of China, especially devotees, it will affect our chanting. We should not be envious of Pakistan. We cannot be envious of China. We cannot be envious of any politician also because that is not possible to have quality chanting if you are keeping any grudges or envy. And this is, and if you are personally keeping on any people, that is more determined. They may be doing something which is not against my liking, but still I should not be envious. I may I want to see them getting punished. That is different. Punish, like a mother is punishing the child, or teacher is punishing the student, or government is punishing some of his subjects. In all cases, there is no envy. They want them to be rectified. We should also have the same thing if we want to have quality check. Uh, like if that person comes and asks forgiveness, will we not forgive? We should forgive. If envy is there, we cannot forgive. That is the point. Like Lord Ram says, even Ravana comes, no, he will come and say that I surrender to you. Ram said, I'll forgive. Why? Because even though he's doing such a great blunder, because there is no envy, there is always this tendency to forgive. We should also cultivate this that I need to forgive if a thing comes. We should not give up our self esteem and no, I should not have victim mentality. That is not correct, also. Only thing is, we have to work on forgiving. I said, okay, this is good for my spiritual life. I will do it. Hope I answered your question. Any questions, comments? Anybody? Yes, Sajibra.
Dandapanam
Yes,
Prabhu.
then
Prabhu, in that time we have the grudge in the heart now. Like whatever, for ill feeling about others, we have to come back again in this world. The moment we
yes,
forgive, then only there is otherwise that if forgiveness is not there in the heart, and we carry that feeling of ill feeling about others, we have to come back in this material world. So it is very difficult to just think we are trying to achieve Krishna Prem. But the greatest obstacle is we have to come back just for the ill feeling of others who misbehave with us. So it is better for person who sadhaka to forgive and uh, achieve the goal rather than keeping that ill feeling. Otherwise, just for the ill feeling, you have to come back again here in this material world. So it's
yeah,
not a great deal, na?
yeah. Actually, even we cannot come to the stage of Nishta Ruchi Asakti also we cannot reach.
Yeah.
Even that stages also what is where is question of Bhava and Prema. Even the stages the highest Ruchi Asakti also will not come. We cannot get taste only because there is that feeling is there inside the heart. So we will not be able to experience uh, that pleasure, that
Enjoy life.
taste of the Lord. Yeah, that will not possible because of this. Yes, bro. The payment is very big if we are keeping grudges.
Yeah.
Even a negative feeling about any country and any person. Now, devotees are so much upset with in India, especially they're upset with Pakistan. There I was thinking, oh, because it was it affected my chanting also. I understood, oh, I should not be envious. I cannot chant nicely if I am envious. If I am revengeful, also I cannot chant nicely. So I should not follow up so much. Yes, Gail Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah, so I understand what you're saying, that, if we carry these hard-hearted feelings in our heart, then, we won't be able to experience the soft feelings of love for Krishna or Krishna Prema. But it's one thing to know that this is a fact, but it's another thing to to eliminate it from our heart. I mean, how is it actually possible to do that in a way that's not artificial? We cannot just say to our heart, you will not be envious, and then suddenly we're not envious. How to practically eliminate this feeling?
We have to consciously work in some cases. Like say now I'm getting a thought, like say now I told about India, Pakistan. Now I have
Mm-hmm.
an option to consciously work on it. I say, okay, let me not hear the news, let me not follow up it so that I become more negative about if I hear negative about them or if hear. So I should consciously avoid it and
Mm-hmm.
also cultivate. Okay, because there are so many innocent people there also. They are not responsible. Some envious people are
Mm-hmm.
there, and instead of saying, we say, okay, let them be punished. But we are not envious of whole lot of people. There are so many innocent people also there.
Mm-hmm.
So and undue response. So I'm just giving an example. So like say some person he misbehaved with me, but I should also see that he's doing so much service for Prabhupada. He's
Mm-hmm.
doing so many thousands of people are getting benefited because of him or anything. And we should say, okay, let it be, he might have done something to me, but he did so much for the society of Prabhupada. So we should forgive. We should say, okay, let it be, maybe that was my bad karma. He behaved like that, and I got purified, and nothing personal. Okay, finish. Means
But you can. Uh,
consciously we have to cultivate that type. Means I should start giving my negative positive thoughts to it, and slowly it will reduce. It may not go completely, but it will definitely reduce.
mm,
Completely Krishna will only can remove. We should at least have a desire to come out of it, make an endeavor to come out of it, and then Krishna will remove it.
mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
correct. Srinivas Prasad Prabhu.
Stand Pranam Prabhuji.
Dandavat.
It's a very, very, very tough, in fact, what everybody is saying. So we only can try, Prabhuji, from our endeavors, and what we can just try that whatever Maharaj has mentioned, we can just contemplate on those things, on these points which we are discussing, that how can we come out of that feeling of whosoever has like hurt us in our
Yeah.
so Maharaj says that like hate the uh, sin, not the sinner.
Not a sinner, yeah.
So we should think that, and uh, I always remember Maharaj teaching on this point, which has helped me, and I'm just trying also on that point, because in this material world, somewhere somebody will just hurt you, and because of your own past misdeeds, like in Tattenu Kampas Sumakshimano, Srimad Bhagavatam Prabhupada mentions that verse. So if we just continuously try to understand every time with our own self, try to reconcile that this is my past misdeeds, as you were just mentioning. and they came, and that person was just an instrument in the hands of Guru and Krishna to make me purify. Otherwise, if those situations don't come, we won't be very sincere on our devotional process. Everything goes very, very smooth. So we will not be like taking to this process very intensely. When so many things come on us, then we only have that shelter of Guru and Krishna and Vaishnavas. And we should try to see some good quality in that person. So that अगर उसने मुझे कुछ hurt किया है, but he has some good qualities, and if he has hurt me, it's just because of my own past misdeeds, and I should try to just contemplate on those things, and then gradually, not easily one can forgive, but if we think on these points which Maharaj has mentioned, Srila Prabhupada has mentioned, our acharyas have mentioned, so gradually within some period we can, if we take shelter of Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra.
Yes, bro. Very much true. Thank you. Yes, bro. That is actually correct. And another thing is, Sachipan bro, you still have something to share? Okay. Another thing is, that it is very difficult for some people because they got really badly cheated, and especially if it is the closest people, husband, wife, or children, if they parents, if they cheat, it is that is actually more difficult to overcome that situations. And it is not only thing is it takes time. We cannot do it immediately. Second thing is, I was telling, na, we have this filters which are holding us. We have to, there are so many of them, one after another, one after the your heart. We have to make our heart free. It should not have any bottom. That means anything comes, we drop it. That is where we will be most free. And that is what is liberation for our mind. We hold on, and one layer after another layer, everything is holding it. But it's very. I have few cases where people are very badly cheated, and we cannot immediately tell them, no, you have to learn to forgive. But that is actually the test Krishna is giving us to teach us. Okay, can you forgive at this situation? And everybody goes through this material world. Is place like that. We all go through some bad situations, and we will be tested. And I am afraid now because I am speaking so much on this case, and I don't know what Krishna will test me. But yeah, Krishna will give exam within our syllabus only. We have to learn, and this is what Krishna wants. That is the lesson Krishna is giving. We have to accept it. It may take time. It's not that immediately we have to do. Maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and then we'll pass the exam. So there is one comment. Maybe we always reflect the things that we pursue. Many times it is our misunderstanding and misconceptions. Yeah, that is also true. Okay, thank you all very much. We'll meet tomorrow. ग्रंथ राज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।